Okay. Oh, it's that time. It's that time. Your car. You may be at home. You may be on your job, but you came back to see XO Sports Talk Radio. We are the hottest sport talk show in the land. Tune in every week. XO Sports Talk. We got the hottest news in the sports land right here at XO Sports Talk Live. What's up, fellas? What's up?
What's up, bro? How's everything?
What's going on? How's everybody?
Hello, everybody out there. Good to see you.
What's up, everybody?
Definitely.
Malcolm, talk to us. Malcolm, talk to us.
We would love to thank all the viewers and subscribers that's tuning in to XO Sports Talk Radio. And, of course, this podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tell a friend, tell a family member. Please continue to spread the word about XO Sports Talk. And we appreciate you very much so. And keep subscribing and make sure you tell others to hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button and the bell to keep it going. But thank you again, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
you.
All the fans. All the fans. We appreciate you.
And we do it all for them.
That's it. That's it.
Yes.
Well, we got a no-hitter in baseball. We have the NFC South, AFC South that we're going to be bringing to you. And we've got the Classic, the Prefontaine Classic this Saturday in Oregon.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Back.
Yeah.
She's back.
Definitely.
Ready.
Look out, ladies.
She ready.
But
Olympics
first,
part 2.
Yep. But first, we're going to start off with the Field of Dreams game, New York Yankees and the Chicago White Sox. Is the Field of Dreams good for baseball or bad for baseball? Malcolm.
I think it's great for baseball. I mean, I had chills when I seen the guys coming out the cornfield, Big Judge and all those guys walking up the cornfield. They did like they did in the movie scenes, from Field of Dreams. And I thought Major League Baseball did a great job of setting the whole thing up, the way they had the camera angles, they had the drones up in the sky, doing all the, the camera check and everything. And they were showing the, aerial view, which was excellent, And the game was a great game also, although my Yankees lost. But I'll take it, it was great for baseball. It was great for baseball. So no matter what, MLB did a great job with that. And if I'm not mistaken, next year's game will probably be the Chicago Cubs versus the Cincinnati Reds, if I'm not mistaken, for next year when they do the Field of Dream. But I thought it was awesome. Yes, it's definitely good for baseball.
And how about you, Terry?
I thought it was good. Good for baseball purists too. I mean, you had a lot of, like Malcolm said, you had the Field of Dreams. You had the players coming out the cornfield. There were a lot of first for the state of Iowa. I think it was Jose Abreu hit the first ever major league home run in the state of Iowa. So that was big. It was a good game. So that made it, really interesting for the fans. I think the final score was like 9-8. I think there were like a total of 8 home runs hit. So it was exciting. And I just think it's good because it's a good, I think that field will turn out to be a good attraction for fans to come and see. I think it's not the original Field of Dreams field. This field is like 500 feet away from that, the movie set actually. So I think it's a good tourist attraction. I think right now they only seat like 7,000 fans in that stadium, but I like to see them maybe have an all-star game there, do some construction and get an all-star game, get the players coming out the cornfields during the all-star game.
I think it holds 9,000, T.
9,000, okay.
Okay. Emerson.
Well, listen, first of all, I think every fan that attends that game should get an ear of corn, some roasted corn. I think they should have roasted corn for every fan in the stand. And I think the players should walk out on the field with an ear of corn. Make sure they have a lot of good butter on it, and salt and pepper. And I think that'll help them play even better. But all in all, I think it was a great game. I mean, come on, you're in the middle of the cornfield, and it gave something for the fans to be excited about. I think MLB needed a little jolt to bring their ratings back, and I think it's excellent. I look forward to the game next year with Cincinnati and Chicago with the Cubs. Yeah, so let's do it. MLB, great job. And like Malcolm said, they did a great job there. The promotion was good. The views were good for the game. But they got to get that corn for every fan. I mean, everybody should have some corn. I love corn.
I don't know what to say to that.
I don't even know how to come back after that.
Yeah, they can just walk out there and get the corn. You worried about the fans getting corn?
If I could throw like some corned beef hash right in his face.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Initially, I was reserved about it. I had my doubts. I didn't understand the concept of it, and I didn't watch the movie. So that's something I need to do. But after the event was over, I have to change my statement. I thought it was good for baseball. It was a good change of atmosphere, venture for the players, fans, and for us to see. So I think they should continue it and keep it going that way. And I know Malcolm said they was having the next one next year. Next year, where's it going to be at? In Cincinnati?
Same place. Same place.
Okay.
Same place, but the two teams are going to come there: the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs.
So I definitely look forward to it. And maybe baseball expand that. And I talked to Aaron about this briefly. I was like, maybe they should try and do that with one of the old Negro Leagues ventures and build a field there, and that would be something for them to look into.
Yeah, definitely.
Free corn.
The corn again. I was a little mixed about the game, but as I begin to think about it more, it's not for my generation or the older generation, but for the younger kids. So the younger kids they are the first ones to see this game, the Field of Dreams game. So they have something that they can say, hey, I remember when I was a little boy, I saw the first Field of Dreams game between the New York Yankees and the Chicago White Sox. So they have something to pass on to their kids. So, yes, it is good for baseball. And as far as expanding the field, no. Keep it nice. Keep it simple. Don't add on more where that is now just a ka-ching. Let it be where that you're still keeping a little bit of wholesome to it. But that said, when the Yankees lost, I was ready to burn down the whole cornfield. I could care less. I was like, well, they can burn it all down and then they can grow it again next year.
Listen, now, if you did that, you have a big cornfield of popcorn. I mean, I like corn on the cob. It seems to me like you like popcorn. So, what are we gonna do here? Corn on the cob or popcorn? Make up your mind for me, huh? Make up my mind for me. Huh?
Free popcorn.
Terry, please help me here.
Exo Sports would like to give a big congratulations to Tyler Gilbert for throwing a no-hitter in his first career start and beating the Padres and doing so. This young man is 27 years old. He's one of 4 pitchers to throw a no-hitter in his first major league start. The 3 other pitchers were Bumpus Jones of the Cincinnati Reds, did it in 1892, and then the other pitcher was Ted Breitenstein for the St. Louis Browns back in 1891. And then the 4th pitcher was Bobo Holloman for the St. Louis Browns in 1953. Just a little background on Tyler Gilbert. He was selected by the Phillies in the 6th round in the 2015 draft, and he got traded to the AAA Dodgers team last year in February.
Yes, he did.
And because of the pandemic, he wasn't allowed to pitch. And the Dodgers, they had an opportunity to bring him back this year, but they decided not to. So the Diamondbacks picked him up, and they convinced him to try starting. And he hadn't done that since I think his minor league days back in 2016. So I mean, it's just an amazing story. And prior to getting picked up by the Diamondbacks, he was working alongside his father doing some electrician work. So it's just an amazing story, and it just show you always have to be ready, because you never know when it's your time to get called to do something great. So,
Hard work
Field
pays
of
off.
Dreams story right there.
Yes, sir. Hard work pays off.
That's
what it's
a great
about.
story.
Yeah.
Great story.
now, I think what made it really special, he did it against the Padres. The Padres, I believe they're like in the top 10 in team batting average.
Yes.
They're crushing the ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're crushing the ball.
Yes.
Again, congratulations to him. And hope to see
Tyler,
stuff from him.
Congratulations.
good
Yeah.
job, man.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Tyler Gilbert. That's a movie right there.
It is.
Yeah, that's an elite company to be in, because
Yeah.
there ain't many people on that list.
Exactly.
Wow. Guys,
Yeah.
what MLB team are you keeping your eyes on for the homecoming stretch? Emerson.
Come on, man. Come on. I love LA.
Get them out the way.
I love LA. The Dodgers. Come on. We're going to take it. We're going to win it. We're going to do what we do all the time. Here we come. Some Dodgers. Watch out. I'm sorry. Did I say the LA Dodgers? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my Dodgers. Huh? Watch out. They're coming. That's all.
Well, your Dodgers are 3.5 games back, so
Don't worry, my friend. You stay tuned, my friend. They're coming at you. Here they come. Here they come.
and there we go. Malcolm.
Oh, there's no doubt. This one's too easy. The New York Yankees, who right now have the best record in the second half of baseball after the All-Star break, they're killing it. That trade was awesome. And not only that, we're still winning during this COVID. Like 9 of my players had COVID-19, and they're still coming back winning. These young kids are coming up playing great ball. The key was to balance the lineup. Once you're too right-handed, it hurts you. It's easy for the opposing manager to pitch to you. But once you got, left, right, and you got a balanced lineup, it hurts. It makes him make moves he don't want to make. Exactly. They just swept the Boston Red Sox. Let me say it again. Swept the Boston Red Sox and caught them and passed them for the number 1 seed in the wild card right now. But they ain't finished. They ain't going for the wild card. They're going for the division. It's gonna be work to get to it, but they're gonna try to go get it. Because Tampa Bay is a very good team, but I can see them coming down to earth too. Like you said, the Yankees right now playing great baseball. They're pitching well. The bullpen is suspect right now because they got little hiccups here and there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, look out for them Yankees. Right now, don't nobody want to face them. The Yankees, especially them LA Dodgers. Please, they got to get past San Francisco. So I ain't worried about them. But my point is, the New York Yankees. Go Yankees.
Harry.
Well, I hate to say it, but all you Yankee haters out there, here comes that evil empire again. I'm watching them. I'm keeping my eye on them. Probably like 3 weeks ago, or maybe close to a month now, when they made the trade for Joey Gallo, Anthony Rizzo, I just figured, okay, they're just trying to pick some people up for next year, and the season's pretty much over for them. But they're starting to turn it around, and it seems like in baseball, as long as you can kind of play decent the first 4 months of the season, the last 2 months of the season, anything can happen down the stretch. And like Malcolm said, they're hot right now. They're like 15-5 in their past 20 games. They haven't lost a series since they lost to the Red Sox back in July, the end of July. So, and they creeped up in both the AL East race, where I think they're in second place behind the
Yes.
Tampa Bay
Rays, and what are they, like 5 games out now at this point?
Yes.
And then they took over the first spot in the wild card race. They moved past the Red Sox, and I think they're ahead of Oakland in first place in the wild card by 1 game. So I'm watching them. I hate to say it, but I am.
It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Remember that. It ain't.
Brian.
Well, good thing is, I'll have to say the Yankees because these guys cover that, and that just takes the load off my shoulders because I can't stand the Yankees. And I remember at All-Star break we had a show where we talked about what teams we thought did good at the trade deadline, and I picked the Atlanta Braves, and they was in third place at that time, and I liked all the additions that they brought in, the outfielders, picked up a couple pitchers. Now they're in first place. The Mets fell down to third place, who was in first at that time. But Atlanta, I like the way they've been playing. Even when we talked about that recipe that I thought looked good to me was, on their away games, they were still playing 500 ball. And if you can win 500 ball away and be on the positive side on your home games, the recipe for winning. And that's what they did. And out of their last 10 games, they're 9 out of 10. So they are on a nice little streak right now. We'll see if the Mets, who currently in third, if they can bounce back and recover. I don't think they will. So we'll see. But Atlanta is the I originally went with. How about that?
Well, you have the Mets are 4.5 back and in third, and the Phillies are in second, 4 games back.
Mm-hmm.
The team that I have my eyes on is the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays strike out the most in baseball, but they have some of the best pitching. They have guys that can dial it up into the mid and high 90s. And I've said this before, that was the team I think that would probably win the division because of their pitching. But the Yankees pitchers have stepped up, and their pitching has kept them in the games. So it's going to be an interesting run coming down the stretch. Can the Yankees pitching hold up just like Tampa Bay's pitching? Because Tampa Bay's pitching did it last year. Now can the Yankees pitching hold up? So that's who I got my eyes on.
I think the Mets owner, he's ready to fire everybody.
Even Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah, he's ready to fire.
Boy, the Mets were flying high, weren't they?
Yeah, he's ready to fire everybody. I mean, they want to fire the guy in the parking lot, the guy that makes the hot
Parking
dog.
lot attendant.
They're ready to fire everybody.
Okay. Now, starting with Emerson, do you think the owner for the Mets should stay silent or be more vocal?
Listen, I just spent how many billions of dollars to purchase this team, and you think I'm going to be quiet? You got another thing coming. I can't understand why a professional baseball player can't hit the ball. That was his tweet. I didn't say it. His tweet. Listen, he's upset. He's disappointed in his investment. Any billionaire or millionaire, when they lose money or things aren't going the way they're supposed to, they're not happy. I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire one day, hopefully. But listen, you make it a major investment like that, you want to see production. You want to see production. Everyone wants a return on investment. Right now, I'm not seeing that production on the field. I think he's a little hot around the collar right now.
Well, we shall see.
Yeah. Joe's.
You know, it was a little humid here in Connecticut, but we're almost a couple of months away before the fall is in the air. Football will be starting next month.
Woo-hoo.
Yes.
So let's start it off the AFC South. Tennessee Titans. Terry, what do you see from them?
Well, I mean, they have a good future, bright future. If everyone can stay healthy. I mean, to me, they probably made the best deal this offseason of any team. They picked up Julio Jones. Ryan Tannehill went, I believe, like 11-5 as a starter last year. Threw for like 3,800 yards, 33 touchdowns. And everybody knows the offense is going to run through Henry, but adding Julio Jones, you got AJ Brown on the other side. This will probably be, in my opinion, the best weapons he's had in his whole career. So I think this Tennessee team is ready to make some noise. They'll be challenging. I feel like they're going to be challenging the Kansas Cities of the league, but we'll just have to see. Again, everybody has to stay healthy, and if they can, they're going to be a problem.
Malcolm, Tennessee Titans.
No doubt. They got, to me, I think they have one of the best offensive lines in the league. They got a $2,000 runner, okay? And not one of them made it to the Pro Bowl. Really? Not one? I mean, please. I mean, they do well as a team. They do well, as far as Tannehill doesn't scare me, but he's a game manager. He does his job. You know what I mean? And he's got that AJ Brown. That kid is awesome. That dude, he's a great receiver. Like you said, along with Julio, who's just going to get the double team away from him. And if he opens up that box for that beast they got in that backfield, that man-child, that guy that just runs people over and just pushes them in the face and go, get out of my way, like he did to Norman. Yeah, the defense is good. They had no pass rush last year. They probably improving on that, but they had a solid, okay defense. But I see Tennessee doing work. To me, I think they might win that division myself. It's going to be tough, though.
Emerson.
Listen, Derrick Henry is the happiest man in Tennessee right now. When they made that offseason acquisition of Julio Jones to go along with an already, superstar in the making in Brown on the other side at wide receiver. And like Malcolm just stated, Tannehill is a great game manager, and he can get the job done. I think all alert should be on the Tennessee Titans this year. And I think teams are going to know who they are if you don't already know. So beware of the Tennessee Titans because they're coming watch out. And they've added some pieces on defense too. So to go along with that offense that the addition of, they have some good pieces on that defense that I think are going to wreak havoc this year. Be aware of the Tennessee Titans. When you come in to play them, you better bring your A game.
Okay. Terry?
Talking about the Titans or
Yes.
No, that'd be me then.
Brian.
I'm sorry, Brian.
So, Malcolm said I think they will win the division. I think they will take out Indy. I see that would be the only team that will probably push them, but they addressed everything that they needed. They was already good. Defensively, they improved. Getting Bud. They draft from Miami on the other end. So defensively, I see them being a little more stout. People thought their defensive backs weren't that good, but I thought their pass rush lacked to kind of expose that secondary. So now you got that. You got Henry. We got Julio Jones with Brown to open up the box, as Malcolm said. I can just see him running like Earl Campbell now because it's going to be so spread open. But Tannehill just got to manage the game, don't blow the game, do what he's been doing, and I think they're going to be good. I think they will win the division.
I feel that their offense is going to be good. I don't know about their defense. They did pick up Bud Dupree. As we know, Bud Dupree is coming off of ACL surgery. So is it going to take him 4 games to get up to speed with his knee? But that's going to be the big issue. Can Tennessee get a pass rush going? Because last year, they could not get a pass rush going. And if you cannot get a pass rush going, that means the other team's got the football. And it doesn't matter who you have as a quarterback, who you have as a running back, if they're on the sidelines. So let's see what happens. Harry, Indianapolis Colts.
Well, it's in my opinion, it's all on the health of Carson Wentz. Because right now, I mean, their defense was ready last year. They're ready this year. If that offense, if Wentz, I mean, right now he's injured. They're projecting him to come back week 1 after his surgery on his foot. I don't know if that's fluff or, if it's a real prediction. But if he can come back and stay healthy, and the O-line can stay healthy, they'll have a decent offense to go along with that defense. The rookie running back Jonathan Taylor, I mean, he was big last year as a rookie. He had like 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns in his first season. I think he's going to be even better this year. And they re-signed T.Y. Hilton. I think that was big for them. And I think if it all depends on the health of Wentz and that O-line, how their season shapes up.
Malcolm?
Carson Wentz was never a threat to me. To me, they were maybe second or third place anyway. They got a good defense, a very good defense. They got another great offensive line because that running back, like he said, my man, he's pretty good, Running back, they got he's a good baller. And Carson Wentz is just somebody who always loses his job. To me, he's just an injury away from saying, I don't want to play no more. Because every time he turns around, he's just injury prone. And he doesn't get the job done. He forces interceptions. I guess Frank Reich's supposed to be the messiah that basically helps him come back to obscurity, if you want to say that, to make sure he's relevant again, which he's not to me. That's why you think Philadelphia got rid of him. And Philadelphia's still paying about $60 million of his contract. So they got him for nothing. So they might as well try him. Like I said, it's basically the Titans division to lose.
Emerson.
Well, listen, not only did they lose Carson Wentz, they lost their all-pro offensive guard, I
Yes,
think,
they did.
who is the anchor of that O-line right there and now for their future and going forward. So those injuries have really hurt them and depleted them going into the season to start the season. I hope Carson Wentz could have a turnaround this year, maybe show and exhibit some of the talents that he showed when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles. So we have to see. It's going to be a wait and see a game. And I know Malcolm always comment, your best ability is your availability. And so right now he's not available. I think they were even talking about calling Phillip Rivers up and see if he wanted to come out of retirement. But we just don't know, and it's going to be a wait and see game. But listen, the NFL kickoff season is right around the corner. So whatever they're going to do, they better do it quick, fast, and in a hurry. I love their defense. They're always solid. It was solid last year. They're going to have to be even more effective this year because we don't know who's going to be starting quarterback one. If that, they have to go with one of the younger quarterbacks on that roster. They don't make any other trades. You're talking about that defense being on the field now, long time, and we know what can happen if the defense is left on the field too long.
Okay, Brian.
The team is ready to compete now. All the pressure is on Wentz right now. It is all on his shoulders. Got a new team, so there's nothing. A new team, new location. So he has no excuse to hit the ground running. Comes in hurt, and something about this doesn't seem right to me. All of a sudden, they were saying he might be out 5 to, what was it, 11, 13, so whatever weeks it was. Then all of a sudden, they talk about he might be ready for
He might be
week one.
ready.
Something's not right. I don't know. But to me, I know in these preseason games, which I watched a couple of, Jacob Eason and Engler, both of them played pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing in practice. If they're practicing well and Wentz is seeing this, he may feel like this is happening all over again. I need to get on the field.
I need to get back.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know exactly what's going on internally, but with him not getting any reps and then the season getting ready to start, it sounds like it could be a recipe for disaster if he does start off poorly. So they need to decide, is he going to sit? Is he going to start the other guys? Or what they're going to do? But it's definitely a make or break season for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they're going to have to start off with, I'm sorry, they're going to start off with Jacob Eason or Sam Ellinger. Either one, because, I mean, Eason's is a good baller. He's from Washington. He can ball. Yep. So messing around, he'll lose his job to him. It's just a matter of getting that kid experience. Mm-hmm. Whether he's better or not, they don't need to know that right now. They just need to get him experience so he can sit there and learn their offense. And they just don't want him to lose the game. They're not asking him to go out there and win the game.
Well, the way I see it, I would have went after Phillip Rivers. I would have went for a veteran quarterback, and here's the reason why. First game of the season, Seattle Seahawks. Second game of the season, Los Angeles Rams. Third game of the season, Tennessee Titans. Next game, Miami Dolphins. And then the Baltimore Ravens.
Sound like a bunch of L's to me.
Yeah.
Tough.
That's what I'm saying.
They're lucky to get one game. They're lucky to get one.
Yeah. So I think I would have, looking at that, and the doctor's telling me that he's going to be out 4 to 5 weeks, and me and Emerson discussed this, you go and get him. And if Phillip Rivers could have, stay hot and get me 5 out of 2 or 6 out of 2, Phillip Rivers stays the quarterback. Guys, moving to the Houston Texans. Terry.
I think we may have lost Terry.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Malcolm.
Houston, they're in trouble with that pending lawsuit / allegations against quarterback. They're in trouble, man. They're in trouble because it's bad enough that they had bad trades coming from their so-called coach GM, you know, and they're just in trouble because right now they don't even know if Deshaun Watson is going to start. You know, they don't even know if he's going to play. So right now that's up in the air because he might go to that league protocol or that league when they hold you back 6 games or whatever, and they can't trade him right now because he ain't worth nothing. Somebody going to fleece you for him, so they can't trade him. So it's just a matter of, you know, their team's in shambles. They had people begging to get out of there. Even Deshaun Watson wanted out before all these allegations came about the so-called massage problems.
Emerson.
Dysfunction. Seems like from the top on down, the organization has been in a little disarray over the last few years, not just more recent, but the last few. I think losing J.J. Watt, who was one of the voices in that team and in that locker room, no longer there. Who's there that people can lean on and look to right now for that leadership? There's nobody there. You traded away a top flight receiver last year for we don't know what was that about. Okay, now you have the Deshaun Watson. All I can say, Tennessee, the Texans, Houston Texans, dysfunction. The organization just seems like they need to hit the reset button. I don't know what's going on. Every day I hear something. I don't know what's going on. So right now, I can't comment correctly because the organization that.
Terry, welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Hey man, it happens, man.
Yeah.
I'm the one that always freezes all the time.
Terry, tell me about the Houston Texans.
Oh wow. I have more questions than answers about this team. Biggest question is Deshaun Watson gonna play this season? That's up in the air. No one knows. The biggest secret in the NFL right now.
No secret.
Yeah, you think he's done?
More like a mystery.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. If he can't play, who's gonna step in? I believe they have Tyrod Taylor. Can he come in and step up and get the job done? And even so, I mean, they lost 2 Pro Bowlers in DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt. To me, they're set up this year for failure. I don't think they're going to see any. Their better days are behind them. It's going to take a long time for them to get their franchise back up and back to where they used to be. They do have a good wide receiver in Brandon Cooks. He'll be seeing a lot of targets because he's pretty much the best receiver they have on the team right now. But who's going to get him the ball?
Brian.
The elephant in the room is Deshaun Watson. That's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Even with him, I think that team wasn't going to make the playoffs. They're going to struggle.
Exactly.
So that's something to be seen. And the team was half in, half out. You can see they got rid of their Pro Bowlers, got rid of Hopkins, Watts. So they was somewhat in the transition of if they were gonna start to rebuild and not rebuild, and see why Deshaun said he kind of wanted out anyway. So with that, I think that team is just trying to go through the motions. They did pick up a quarterback in the 3rd round, Davis Mills. And if Tyron, who's a reputable player, but if they are not going anywhere, they should just play him, come out the rookie quarterback, maybe halfway through the season and see what he got. Have nothing to lose, basically.
Well, I wouldn't worry about the third round quarterback for one reason. You're going to have the first pick in the NFL draft come 2022.
Oh, you think they're gonna be that bad?
They're going to be that bad. So they will have a chance to get the first pick in the NFL draft for a new quarterback.
I don't think they'll be last though, because I think Tyrod, he's a reputable backup.
When you have no talent around you, you're at the bottom. And when you take a look, can they beat Tennessee twice in their division?
No.
Can they beat Houston twice in their division? So right there, you could be looking at 500.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they'll be the worst team in the NFL.
Here's the thing. We're about to go into, I think that's going to be the worst team in the NFL, is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There you go.
Harry.
Well, I just, again, a team with a lot of questions surrounding them. And they put a team around their number one draft pick in Trevor Lawrence. And Urban Meyer make the adjustment from college to the pros. I mean, they do have a mix of veteran and young players on the team. They could be better than last season. I mean, they were 1-15 last season. Maybe they win 3 games possibly. But there's just going to be a lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's going to get a quick introduction into the league, because I see every team that the Jaguars play, they're going to blitz him. One thing they can do is just kind of take advantage of his mobility, kind of get him in, some bootleg, roll him out a little bit. They could probably, with Urban Meyer and the offensive coordinator over there, I can't think of his name right now, but I expect the Jaguars to run a lot of empty backfield sets, a lot of 3 wide receiver sets to kind of set Lawrence up where he can make those short to mid-range passes, where he doesn't have to take a lot of hits. And they have a good running back. Their first round pick, Travis Etienne. He's good. And he'd be a good third down back too, as well. And he could be a matchup nightmare for linebackers and DBs, because he's just that versatile. So their defense is the biggest question mark too. They got shredded in the preseason game against the Browns, and I think they gave up like 300 yards, and Baker Mayfield never got onto the field. So, we'll see. It's going to be a rough season. They could end up being the worst team in the league.
Malcolm.
I'm going to give him a little more credit than that. I mean, Urban Meyer is a good coach. Whether he's a good professional coach, NFL coach is another question. He's definitely a good coach. I mean, the quarterback's pretty good. We know that already, Trevor Lawrence. And I trust Etienne. I think that kid's going to be the real thing, man. Etienne from Clemson, kicking ball. That running back can ball. So I trust that. But the defense, like Brother Man said, Terry, real suspect. And let me say something. If Houston don't got Deshaun Watson, Houston going to be worse than them. Because everybody got 1 foot on the door, 1 foot out the door in Houston. So I'll give it to Jaguars. I think they're a little more hungry. Plus, they got new coaching, so a lot of adjustments for them.
Emerson.
Big fan of Urban Meyer. Always admire everything he's did on the collegiate level. Now he's making the transition to the NFL. We know that everybody NFL every day. There's no weak links out there. You're playing against top-notch pros week in and week out. Can he make those adjustments for his quarterback, putting him in the right position, make sure that he's We know that confidence is everything as a rookie quarterback. Not only have being the number 1 overall pick, but now you're the face of the franchise, and you're the person that they're looking to turn this franchise around. So with a new head coach and new quarterback, I think they have a lot of work to do. I think they have some pieces that they can build around for the future. But this year, I don't see them making any noise. I think they will be able to collect some more draft picks going to the draft next year that will be able to help them go on. We can check back with them in 2 years from now, maybe 3 years from now. I think they will be one of the top teams in that division. But right now, we're going to pump the brakes a little bit. We're going to give Urban Meyer a chance to adjust to this NFL and give Trevor Lawrence a chance to adjust. Defensive ends and linebackers chasing him everywhere. I think it's going to be an adjustment period.
Brian.
When I look at this team, I think of the first thing that you do when you go to learn swimming. Tread water. Learn to tread water. And that's what they're going to try to do with this kid. Urban Meyer, my doubts are still out on him. There was a couple of things that didn't make sense to me. Then after it kind of happened, it made me rethink it. And that was with the whole Tim Tebow thing. First, I was thinking, with a rookie quarterback, first thing you want to do, or the most important thing for him, is having a good tight end. That's his safe haven, his drop off, middle of the field. Want to have a good tight end. So I'm like, why would you have Tebow try to even fill that void or even make a roster at that position? And then after he got released, it kind of came to me, maybe, I wonder if Urban Meyer thought of it in a way as, if I draft Tebow, it takes pressure off this kid during camp, because you haven't heard anything about Trevor Lawrence, what he's been doing, how he's been looking.
A distraction.
Exactly. It's just been all Tebow. So if he did that, that's great. And if he didn't do that, then that's trouble. So we're going to see how that all comes out to play. But this team is just trying to just keep their head above water and take baby steps and get this kid some more talent around him.
I'm going to be real quick. I don't know what Urban Meyer is doing. He's not, for me, he's not going. His report card will show up at the end of the season. For me, one, why did you put Tim Tebow on the team? He never played tight end. He wasn't like Tim Tebow was 22 years old, but you decided to put him on the team. The second is the linebacker that he sent to Pittsburgh. Excuse me. Joe Sherbert for a 6th-round pick. The rumor around Pittsburgh is that was a steal.
Yeah.
But we won't know. Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me again.
Bless you again, brother.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, buddy. Hey, can you give us one more? One more.
That's it.
Come on, man.
One more. I got to get some hand sanitizer for myself.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Put your mask on. But the Steelers were able to get him for a 6th-round pick. And I'm going to see, watching the games this year, was that a steal for the Steelers? Or was it a bust? If it was a steal for a 6th-round pick, why didn't you get more for him? So we'll see what happens.
Well, maybe Tim Tebow might be their place kicker later on this year.
Okay,
I mean,
moving right along.
I don't know.
Let's go.
Emerson, Atlanta Falcons.
NFC South.
Listen.
NFC South.
And listen, Atlanta, I can't see them coming out of that division on top. Not with Tampa Bay and but the Saints always going to bring to the table. I think Atlanta is going to be a competitive team. I think they're going to be a hard-fought team that's going to fight hard each and every week. Matty Ice said he's not done. He said he still has something in the tank. But I just can't see Atlanta coming out. I believe they're going to finish probably third in the division, somewhere third or fourth. You know, I think actually the Panthers might be better than them, honestly. So I know they made some moves off season. They had a pretty good draft, but I just can't see them putting that on top of Bucks.
Malcolm.
Atlanta Falcons aren't gonna do nothing this year. Matty Ice is basically Matty lukewarm. They basically they picked up a tight end, but the best thing you can pick up is a tight end in the first round, and think you're gonna do something, and got rid of Julio. Hold on, you got rid of a beast though, okay? And you got rid of Julio. Nah, they ain't going nowhere. Like you said, they're fighting for last place with Carolina Panthers.
Terry.
I mean, like Malcolm said, I mean, to me, they made a big decision this year's draft by picking a tight end, which I guess they're saying, hey, we're going all in with Matty Ice, Matt Ryan. You know, last year he threw for like 4,500 yards, 26 touchdowns. And, you know, it's been said that the offensive scheme last year kind of held him back. We'll have to see. I mean, he's got a new coaching staff, new coordinator, and they're saying that this scheme relies heavily on the tight end, which it's good because they drafted a gem in Kyle Pitts, like Emerson said. He not only can line up at the tight end position, he can line up as a wide receiver. Yeah. He's dangerous. The problem is, you know, he's going to have to grow up quick because he's going to see a lot of double teams because Julio Jones is gone. You know, I see them being average this year, like Emerson said, maybe third in the NFC South, possibly. But that defense, they're gonna have to improve their pass rush this year for them to be competitive at all.
Brian.
I think they're gonna sting.
Yep.
But I like the pickup of Pitts. Nobody can deny that. But if you're saying you all in, and then you get rid of Julio Jones, it doesn't make no sense. Now, if you had Jones and Pitts, I'm gonna say, oh, you're trying to go for it. But getting rid of one to bring in another one, and then you lose players like Alex Mack and Neal. It's just sound like another team that's just on the bridge of trying to find another quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if they even tank just to get a quarterback.
They love Matty Ice though. No, they love him.
They love him, but he can't win.
The owner loves him.
Yeah.
And to me, I agree with Brian. If you bring in the tight end and you keep an old quarterback, you keep Julio Jones so you can have as much firepower as you can. But they didn't do it, so good luck, Atlanta.
And the defense thing.
I see you falling about third place. New Orleans Saints. Emerson.
Hey, man, listen. Who's going to be the quarterback? We don't know yet. I think it's a wait-and-see game. I know Sean Payton, wherever the quarterback's going to be, I believe that he's going to have them prepared. Does he still want to use Taysom Hill with some of the gadget plays and having him all over the field? We're going to see. That's going to be a wait-and-see game, but I just believe that Sean Payton loves a challenge. Whenever his back is against the wall and whenever he proves somebody wrong, he's going to come fighting. He's going to put an offense that's designed to make both of those quarterbacks see. So whoever's in there, let's see what happens. I just believe Sean Payton has something up his sleeve. So I think they're going to be right in the thick of things.
Malcolm.
Stick a fork in them. They done. They ain't doing nothing. I mean, Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, they don't even know who they're choosing as a quarterback. They got to choose between. And by the way, their best receiver, Michael Thompson, he's either injured or he ain't playing, and he wants to be traded. The only weapon they got is Kamara. And wait till everybody start doubling and triple teaming him, because them quarterbacks are going to throw interception after interception. Taysom Hill is just a gadget quarterback. Yeah. And it's gadget quarterback. And like I said, their defense was never that great. They're good, but they wasn't that great. But like you said, let that defense stay out there a long time and see how good they are then. You know what I mean? I think once they get winded, because that offense keep going 3 and out, you'll see a different defense. Trust me.
Terry.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be. I think they're in for a rough year. I mean, you know, because of last year with the pandemic. I mean, with revenue in the league being down, they had to clear like $100 million in salary caps off the books this offseason. So they let some good. They had to let some good players go. They need to figure out who their quarterback's going to be. Me, I'm pulling for Jameis Winston. I like to see him get that starting job.
Yeah, me too.
Because I feel like Taysom Hill is a gimmick quarterback. Maybe he proves me wrong, but we'll see. I know Sean Payton has said, you know, Winston's got to prove himself. I know his contract is kind of incentive based, so maybe that'll make him, you know, kind of inspire him to do well. But and like Malcolm said, they have Alvin Kamara, but if they don't have a quarterback to get him the ball and utilize his talent, it's going to be a long season for them. And Michael Thomas, he had surgery in the offseason, so they're not expecting him back if he is still on the team till like week 6.
Yes.
So this is one of those years where I think for the Saints where you're just trying to see who's good, who's not, so you can improve in the future.
Brian.
And Sean Payton is going to have to put on his coaching hat, which he does offensively. He's going to have to do it offensively and defensively anyway, by any means necessary. Jameis Winston, this is his job to lose, really. Everybody got to see what Hill was going to be, how he played. He can win you some games, but he's not a starting quarterback in my eyes. So this is really for Jameson to either win this job or pretty much his career be solidified as either he's done or he just on somebody's roster as a backup. Mm-hmm. They did report he did have some eye laser surgery, so maybe he can see the right team colors and not throw so many interceptions. So with that, we'll see what they can do.
Gonna be bright.
Well, I look at it like this. This is Winston's opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You can either make it or you're going to wind up being a backup quarterback in the NFL. Bottom line. Emerson.
Yes, sir.
Carolina Panthers.
Matt Rule. Dollar bill, y'all. Listen, he's a hell of a coach there, and he's going to have Carolina ready to play. I know people are probably picking them all over the board of where they're going to end up when the season ends. I know this. You play against a Matt Rule team, you better bring it. I don't care what you did in the previous years, even if you're a Super Bowl winner, Tampa Bay, even if you're Sean Payton, I don't care. But listen, when you play a Matt Rule team, he's going to have his players ready to play. They're a disciplined team. He's a disciplined coach, an old school coach, and players are playing for their jobs with the way it used to be back in the day. And I want to see that continue. He's bringing that style and that format of coaching. You know your job is on the line week in and week out. I just believe Carolina's going to surprise some people. Mm-hmm. I don't know where they're going to be at, but I just going to believe they're going to surprise some people.
Malcolm, give it to me in a minute.
They're very good. They're not a bad team. They're definitely better than everybody think they are. Christian McCaffrey comes back healthy, he's gonna be pretty good. Plus, they got Sam Darnold. He didn't get a chance with the Jets. You know what I mean? So they'll be all right.
Mhm.
I think they'll do pretty good. They'll make some noise.
Terry.
I think they'll do good. We'll see. Sam Darnold, can he step in? Can he step up this year? I think it's a make or break year for him. He could be a backup quarterback if this is not a good season for him. But he's got some weapons in McCaffrey. He's also got one of his Jet teammates in Robbie Anderson at wide receiver.
Robbie
And
Anderson.
another good wide receiver, DJ Moore. And they drafted a rookie out of LSU, Terrence Marshall Jr. This kid's got some talent. I mean, he went in the second round, but you're saying he's going to be special. So I think they can make some noise if they stay healthy and Sam Darnold steps up.
Brian.
This is going to be my sleeper team. I think they did good in the draft. They lost last season 8 of their games. They lost by 8 points. And Bridgewater played well. Catherine wasn't there. Probably their best player on that team. So he only played 3 games. So Sam Donaldson plays well, which I think he will, because I don't think he got a fair shake with the Jets. I predict this team to be right in the thick of things. This is actually, like I said, my sleeper team.
I have Carolina coming in second in the NFC South. Emerson.
Yes, sir.
Give it to me in a minute, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, we know they're the reigning Super Bowl champs. They're going to be ready to play. I think Brady is still hungry, has something he wants to prove. Everybody keeps talking about it. I think he has something he wants. They're going to win it. They can take.
Malcolm.
No doubt Tampa's going to win this division. They got all the starters back. They're a deep team, plus they got that dude they call Brady. He only won like 7 rings, He might can play a little bit, It don't seem like he's getting older. It seems like he's getting wiser and smarter. And he's just handing the ball off or throwing it away, Not only that, the dude's just a winner. So Tampa Bay is just Tampa Bay.
Barry.
I think this is Tampa Bay's division to lose. I think they win the Super Bowl again this year. Again,
Wow.
as Malcolm says, though, availability is your best ability. So they brought back all their starters from last season. I mean, it's the first time since I think the Raiders did it in 1977. Todd Bowles is back. Byron Leftwich is back. They lost nothing. They're tough, and it took them after the bye, the offense to kind of start clicking, and once they did, they got a rhythm. And the same thing with the defense. Right after that bye, that defense was stout. So I think they win it all.
Brian.
This is Brady and the bunch. This is what this is right here. Like T said, they brought back everybody. It seemed like Tampa Bay they're going by the old saying of ride it till the wheels fall off. And that's what they're going to do. And they got the same unit. Going to be together another year. Might be even better. But we'll Father Time catch up. And we'll see how that goes.
I was reading about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in training camp, and Tom Brady went berserk on the team. Not doing it right. Do it again. You've got the Belichick in him and the competitive edge in him. Do it right. And when you've got a player that's screaming like that at you, you got to think about that Super Bowl ring that you got and how many Super Bowl rings that he has that's telling you that. So I look for Tampa Bay to pretty much be in the NFC Championship and probably going back to the Super Bowl again. Guys, I'm going to touch on this real quick. Sha'Carri Richardson versus Jamaica. Saturday. The Pre-14 Classic. Do you think she's going to light it up? I'm going to go with Terry.
I think so. I think she's ready. Definitely got something to prove. Not being able to participate in the Olympics. I believe she's going to win, but I tell you what, you're going to see a show either way, win or lose, because the ladies from Jamaica are going to show up too. So get your popcorn ready. and your corn ready.
Yeah.
Emerson.
Listen, I think she's ready to show up and show out, and she's going to come and say, "Hold up, wait a minute, I'm here." Booyah.
Malcolm.
This is her money-making event to come out. I'm gonna tell you right now, it won't be 1, 2, 3 Jamaican win. It's gonna be American in there somewhere, and I guarantee you, she ain't gonna finish no worse than second, because she is definitely one of the fastest women in the world, and she's ready. She's ready. I got game for her. Hell, I wish I could make a bet on it. Goddamn, I want to bet on it.
Brian.
As a sport fan, this is something that you just want to say. You want to see the best compete against each other. And
Yes.
this event is right here. And if she does beat all 3 of the Jamaican women, wow, that would say
Major.
something. That would be something.
Major.
I beat all 3 of them.
Well,
But
And you know, well, in sports, they're competitive. And the ladies from Jamaica are going to be like, we're not losing to her.
mhm.
it's
But
going to be
could-
fun to see.
But if she comes out and smoke them, they're going to be saying, I'm glad I got my gold.
Damn right. Damn right.
Guys, good job.
Uh,
Malcolm,
Yes.
tell me, how can I subscribe?
Well, first of all, I want to let everybody know why you see me with this M on and this Morgan State T-shirt on. Send my son back to school. You know, we got to represent our HBCUs. Please support our HBCU out there. No, it's nothing like an HBCU. As a parent, as a proud parent, watching their kid go and enjoy it and watch these kids become, grown-ups and young men. It's awesome. I'm telling you, it's absolutely awesome.
Absolutely.
It is.
Congratulations, too, man.
No,
Congratulations.
no doubt. And thank you
And
again
Malcolm,
yes.
and I'm going to say, watching your young man grow up throughout the years,
Thank
he
you.
is a fine young man.
Thank you.
And
Good job.
Thank
he did
you.
a good job.
Nah, that goes to his mama. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
This, well,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
this is true. So
He get all that good traits from his mama. His brains and everything. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Oh, my God.
Somebody has to be a bad cop.
I'm just here to pay the bills. That's all I'm here to do. That's all I do.
But
But
you got good internet.
yeah, get good internet. That's it. So that's about it. But no, thank all of you for subscribing. Once again, thank you for tuning in to XO Sports Talk. Please tell a friend, tell a family member, and please, like I said, we are on all streaming platforms. Please look into all of them. And once again, have a blessed week, blessed weekend. It's almost the end of the summer. We're just getting through this, but it's a great job. So good to see it. Good to see and hear from everyone.
Yep.
Yes.
and
Thank
guys,
everybody.
ladies, next week, Emerson has a song that he's going to sing for everybody. So please tune in
Please tune in.
for his debut singing on
You don't wanna
XO
miss
Sports
it.
Talk.
You don't want to miss it.
I want to
Only
miss
on
it.
top.
Emerson,
I want to miss it.
Emerson,
All right.
sing this out.
On that note, we want to thank everybody once again for tuning into XO Sports Talk. This was episode number 16. And like Aaron just said, you want to be there for episode 7. Next week, come back and check us out at Exo Sports Talk Live. Woo! We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.